All right. My bad. Don't shoot the messenger, bum bum. My bad, y'all. My bad. My bad, y'all. My bad. That's my fault. My bad, people. Don't shoot me, y'all. Don't shoot me. Don't shoot me. It probably need to happen that way. I probably need to. There go Sydney. I'm gonna get you, cause I've been looking for you. Okay, my Sid. I've been looking for my Sid. All right, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. I think it was me. I'll take the blame on that one. That one was my fault. I'm so excited about this conversation, y'all. It's been a rough few days. Fam, I understand. Listen, I know it's been just as hard dealing with my cousin's funeral, y'all. I got to tell y'all about that. That was some drama with that. Y'all, I got a story time about that funeral situation. It got real. And it just goes to show that you never know who will fight against you. Because of what is on your life. I think what happened with this taught me a valuable lesson. Don't run from the fight. Do not run from the fight. You're in a season of your life where the most important thing you could ever do is stand up for what's inside of you. Hey fam, what's up, Jim? Jen, receipt. You won't. So I found out the receipt comes with the with your login for Breakthrough University. So some of you guys will start getting your logins this week. Just let me finish the call outs, then you'll start seeing your logins. All right. But listen, y'all, some of you are in a space now where it's time for you to start standing up for what's inside of you. It's time for you to start standing up for what's in your heart. Stop speaking your mind and start speaking your heart. So many of us think because we've been living a life where we spoke our mind and that makes us a little bit stronger or presents us as strong. And the truth of the matter is, God said, your mind is great, but your heart is what matters right now. And it's time to start speaking your heart, not just to yourself. Not just for yourself, but to yourself. It's time to remind yourself of what is important to you, what is in your heart to do, what you desire to become, what you've been praying about, what you've been longing for. It's time to have a reality check for ourselves. It's time to be real about the fact that I want to heal from some stuff. I want to let some things go. I really want to walk into this path that I know people think is crazy, but I'm really interested in going in that direction. It's very important in this season that you start believing in yourself the same way you doubted yourself. Just as much as you doubted yourself, it's time to flip the switch and start believing that you can do it. Because as the word says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Some of us are strong through Christ and you don't even know it yet. But listen, how do I know that I'm strong through Christ? Look at what you've been through. Look at what you've already lived through. Look at what you've already overcome. Listen, how many of you know that something you dealt with, something you've gotten past, somebody died from? Somebody couldn't make it past the depression. They couldn't make it past the anxiety. They couldn't make it past the bipolar disorder. They couldn't make it past the financial setbacks. They couldn't make it past divorce. They couldn't make it past being fired. They could not make it past some stuff that you have lived through. So there in itself is the proof that God is with you, that God has a plan for you, that you could not die because God did not have that intent for you. Just like me, when you attempted to kill yourself, God said, not so. It's not going to happen because I have a plan for your life. I plan to prosper you. I plan to use your life to make the people who doubted you understand that I am God. It's some people who didn't believe in you that's getting ready to believe in God for what he's getting ready to do in your life. It's important in this season that we stop making substitutes, that we stop loving people. Why? Because we don't love ourselves. That we stop giving to people. Why? Because, I don't give to myself, so I give everything to my family. I give everything to my friends. I give everything to everybody, and I leave nothing for myself because I don't have any love for myself. By the end of this segment, the love that you should have for yourself should be crazy. Because self-love is the best love. I'm not talking about just going to the spa. I'm talking about the day you look in the mirror and you don't look your best, but you say, oh my God, I'm so in love with you. The day you pat your pockets and the money is just not there and you feel like, oh my God, what's going on? And you say, no, it's okay. I'm still going to be all right. It's a better day than it ever was before. Why is that important? Because what happens next in your life isn't determined by the people around you. It's determined by the person inside of you. Somebody dropped that in the chat. It's on me this time. It's on me this time. It's not on my mother. It's not on my father. It's not on the people who lied on me. It's not on the people who violated my trust. It's not on the person who violated my body. This time it's on me. It's on me to heal. It's not on my man. It's not on my woman. It's not on my boo. It's not on my friends. It's on me this time. I'm not putting my joy, my future in no one else's hand again. It's on me this time. I know some people are going to come and they're going to say, let me help you on this. No, I'm good because it's on me this time. It's on me this time. Too many times I made my happiness somebody else's responsibility. Too many times I had to go back and thank so many people for doing something for me that I should have been doing for myself. Thank y'all for getting me up off the ground. But God said, why? When I called you to get yourself up off the ground. It's on me this time. So this series has been all about taking ownership. How many of you have been blaming yourself? If you've been blaming yourself, just drop it in the chat. I blame me. Come on. That's I've learned before we can activate, you have to identify. Identification comes before activation. So before you can activate a phone, the IMEI number is how you identify that you have the right phone. So let's first identify the people who have been taking blame. Because listen, when you understand the fact that you've been taking blame, it's going to help you on your path of taking ownership. You cannot take your life back if you are still blaming yourself. Because blame means my life is not in my hands. My life is in whoever hand I keep apologizing to. It's in my children's hand. It's in my cousin's hand. It's in whatever thing I did that has embarrassed me. It's in the hand of that embarrassment. That's whom my life has been in. Every last one of us, if you have not taken ownership of your life, if you're still taking blame, that means your life is in the hand of whoever or whatever you are apologizing to. So no, you won't smile. You won't ever be happy because you refuse to let people who you feel you owe an apology to see you smiling. I don't want them to think I'm too happy. I still owe them some money. I still owe them an apology. I still owe these people. So what happens is you in a relationship, you got caught cheating, and so guess what? You never try to enjoy life anymore because I don't want him to think I just, because she didn't caught me cheating once. I don't want to think that, I'm out here just happy like I done forgot that she caught me cheating. No. Listen, I'm done with that. I take ownership. I made a mistake. If you're going to be here, listen, I'm going to live while you're here. Okay, and I'm probably going to make a few more mistakes while you're here. So I think you need to make up your mind if forever is what you want or if for now is what you want. But I'm telling you, I'm not going to sit up here and keep blaming myself. I cannot continue to cut myself short because I'm blaming myself. I'm blaming myself because of something I did in a space where I didn't love myself. I'm blaming myself because of decisions I made in moments where I didn't enjoy my life. Some of us, if you be honest with yourself, if you really loved yourself at the time you made that mistake never would have happened. If you really had a sense of your value and your worth, that some of you are apologizing for relationships and in relationships that you shouldn't be in anymore anyways. I'm always apologizing to people that my brain is bigger than theirs. I'm dumbing down myself. I can't even be myself because it'll outdo the person I'm with. It'll outdo the friends I have. It'll outdo my family. So to not outdo anybody, I underdo myself. I undercut myself. I diminish myself. I know I'm the smartest in certain situations. Oh, but I don't pursue. I don't desire to show it because I don't want anybody to feel small because God put something big inside of me. I've been living an apologetic life. I've been blaming myself, and now I need to take ownership. Oh, it's so important. Ownership is important. What is ownership? Ownership is when you read the fine print and your name is on it. That says my life belongs to me. Here's what happens. See, when your life belongs to you, you begin to live what is your truth. Now, here's the good thing about something. Let me tell y'all the law of your truth, okay? Somebody drop it in the chat. The law of my truth. The law of my truth. So this is so important, and I want you to grab this because I don't want you to miss this because it's a part of your owner's manual, okay? Check that out. So listen, my truth means that I'm not saying what your experience is or your experience of me is wrong or right. I'm not saying you did wrong and I did right. What I'm saying is this is what I wake up with. This is what I go to sleep with. This is my truth. This is my reality because this is my life. Some of us have told our truth, but because people told us their lies, we just closed our mouths and swallowed our truth. We didn't speak anymore. So now we've adjusted our life. I'm trying to help some people understand this is why your life is so uncomfortable, because you are not living your truth. You're living someone else's lie and you're avoiding your truth. And because you don't want to live, because you told them it happened and they said it didn't, and don't ever let me hear you say anything else about it. You swallowed the lie and begin to live it. And because it's not true to anything that's not true to the body rejects it. And it's the same with your spirit. It's the same with your life. It's the same with your heart. It's the same with your emotions. You are rejecting some stuff now because it's not true to you. It's not true to me. I searched my heart and I couldn't find that anywhere in my heart. I went through the diapason of my life and I could not find this anywhere in my life because this is not true to me. This was just told to me. Y'all better catch that. Some stuff that I express isn't true to me. It was just taught to me. It was just told to me. I was just made to feel this way. I was just made to believe this thing. I was just made to think this way. It was never my truth. I tried to tell y'all my truth, and nobody wanted to hear it. But in this next season of your life, you're going to learn that I'm not telling my truth to be heard. I'm telling my truth to get this poison out of me. I don't care if you agree. I don't even care if people stop and listen until you make up that decision in your mind that I don't need them to listen to me. I don't need them to hear me out. I just need them to know that I'm so serious about getting to my next level. I just need them, listen, I need them to know whatever it is, whether they want to hear it or not, I'm not going to sleep with it another night on my mind. I'm not going to deal with it another day in my heart because it's time for me to take ownership for my life. Some of you have never experienced your life. In fact, for some of you, you've never experienced your birth. You don't know what it's like to live your life because your life has been the combination of pleasing others. It's been the combination of putting a smile on others' faces. You don't even know what it's like to put a smile on your face. And so you know how you end up in a relationship where you may have done somebody wrong and now you spending this whole relationship apologizing constantly, forever and always. Because the truth be told, if I would have loved myself when I met you the way I love myself now, we wouldn't even be together. Hey, Jazz, I've been missing you, fam. We wouldn't even be together. We wouldn't even be together. We wouldn't have what we have together if I would have loved myself the way I love myself now. If I would have been to myself then what I am to myself now, I wouldn't be trying to apologize to you. If I love myself now the way I do now, the words of my family would not have hurt me as much as they did. I would have never dropped out of school. I would have never avoided college because I listened to people when they said I was stupid and I was crazy and I didn't have a future and I didn't have a hope. And I listened when people said I would never be anything. And because I didn't love myself, I just listened to these people. And even then it was a lie, but I made it my truth. So many of us have lived a lie. And we've taken that lie and we've made it our truth. You've made others' opinions your truth. And then here's how you know when you don't own your life. Because you spend your life avoiding failure so that these people will never be right. But see, when you own your life, you don't care if you fail and who you fell in front of. Because you know if I failed, the only L I took was a lesson and not a loss. Some of us are so afraid of L's that the truth of the matter is God is trying to teach us a lesson, but we keep running from it because we think it looks like a loss. But in this next season, you're not going to take a loss. You're just going to learn a lesson that's going to help you get that win, and it's going to help you keep winning. Some of us have not won because we're still running from the loss. But don't let that L fool you because you're not losing. You're learning. And when you take ownership of your life, you don't care who you fell in front of. You don't care if the marriage failed. You don't care if the relationship failed. You don't care if the job failed. You don't care if you failed this time in school. Because I'm in control of my life. And if I fail because God had a plan for me in failure. Champions are not born out of the games they won. They're born out of the games they've lost. Winning never fueled Jordan to win more. But losing fueled Jordan to never lose again. Ownership. Tonight, I want every person to factor in our purpose in their heart that I want to end this live owning a little bit more of myself than I did before I got on here. I want each of you to search your heart and really see if you own your life. If your spouse or your friends can dictate whether or not you're going to have a joyous day. If people's opinions determine whether or not you keep your clothes on or do you go and change the clothes because somebody looked at you crazy for what you chose to put on. Or do you hold your head down in shame because you're in a room full of people and you just don't want to outdo the people in the room? See, in this next season, what others will call selfish, you'll call it self-love. Because see, I've given so much of me to everybody. It's time for me to be. If it seems selfish, that's fine with me. Every time you hear the word selfish, your heart gonna smile. Thanks so much for the gifts, fam. Your heart gonna smile because you're gonna say, "Oh my God, they notice how much I'm loving myself now." You just selfish. Oh, that sounds so good to me. I've been waiting on somebody to notice how much I'm loving me right now. That I cannot listen to your sad story on the phone today. That I cannot give you money that I don't even have and I know you're never going to give back today. That I cannot cry over you and allow you to lie and manipulate as you have always done anymore. Yeah, I know it sounds so selfish of me to put myself first. I know, right? The worst thing in the world I could ever do in my life is put myself first. But it's okay. I'm okay if you call it selfish, because I call it self-love. And sometimes you got to do some selfish to find you some self-love. Oh my God. Let's pray in, y'all. Father God, thank you for tonight's conversation. God, teach us how to be as self-concerned and self-focused as we will ever be. Tonight, for the person on this live, God, I just ask that you would allow them to see themselves the way you see them. God, impart in them your vision, your sight, your view of them. Allow them to see your hand and your plan tonight. God, we don't want to just hang out. God, we need an impartation from heaven tonight. We need a manna of heaven to fall. We need heaven to flow through us and for us. God, we need you to just do what you do as God tonight. We declare that you shall do it. We're touching and agreeing tonight by the hundreds that it is so tonight. Because we are ready for something great. We're ready for some breakthrough. Certainly not ready to break down. God, we don't want to take L's that look like losses, but we definitely want the L's that look like lessons. Teach us tonight, reach us tonight, and build us. Oh God, we're so happy, we're so happy, we're so happy. As we prepare to have this conversation in your darling Son, Jesus Christ's name, we declare victory over our mind and in our heart. And it is so. Amen tonight. I love y'all. Let's get into this word real quick. The book of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 7. I need y'all to write this down. A-S-K. 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 The Bible teaches us that we have not because we ask not. Some of us have never asked God what we really needed to know. You just told God, God, I need you to heal me. God, deliver me from this. But no time in our life did we ever stop and really say, God, is this how you see me? Is this how you see me? Do you see me like this, God? Is this? See, here's what happened. We assumed that this was how God seen us. We assumed that God seen us in this bad relationship, that God wanted us in this desolate, never wanted us to be healed. We assume that if God is letting this happen, this must be his desire for my life. That if God got me with this person who treats me so bad, this must be his will for me. That if God would allow this to happen, surely he doesn't want anything better. Surely that if God allows depression to beat me down to the ground, he obviously wants me to be depressed. Obviously, I did something so bad that God wants me here, but we never open our mouth and say, God, is this how you see me? The A stands for ask. The S stands for seek. And the K stands for knock. Tonight, what we'll discover is how do we really ask God to move in our heart, to move in our life. Some of us have never taken the time to ask God, how do you see me? And then we never took the time to actually seek the view of God over ourselves, over our family, over our future. And we never took the time to knock on the door to get in. That no man can get into a room that he does not knock to get into. Asking is an action thing. It's not a mouth thing. It's when you ask God a question, you seek God's answer, and you knock at the door of the answer revealed. For so many of us, God have brought us to the door of better days, and you will not knock on the door. You get to the door of better days, and you look inside the mirror, and you see smiles, you see joy, you see a version of yourself you've never seen before, because nobody's ever talked about this person that you're seeing, that you don't even recognize that it's you. And then you say to yourself, no, that's not my life. So you walk away from the door of your future. You walk away from the door of the plan. Because here's what happens. Oh, God, thank you tonight. So many of us have walked away from the door because we look back at the people we would have to leave outside just to go into that space. I don't want to leave my friends. I don't want to leave these people behind. I don't want to do that. I don't want to leave my ex behind, because we rocky, we bumpy, but he's been the only person that's there for me, but he's never been there for the happy me. He's only been there for the sad me, because I've never met the happy me even since I've been with him. Even since she and I've been together. She don't even know the happy me because I don't know the happy me. I'm loyal to people who are loyal to the person I'm tired of being. I'm in love with people who are in love with the person that I'm sick of. I'm sick of being the person that always think negative of myself, that always deny myself, that always pull me back from things that I know I deserve in my life. I'm sick of that person. Because see, that person is not who God created. That person is who life and the people I allowed in my life created. I don't own that person. You know how I know I don't own that person? Because every time the people around me do something that hurts me, it crumbles my day. It breaks me down. It empties me. It hurts me. Why? Because I don't own that person. I hope y'all are catching this tonight. I don't own that chick. Me and that chick, I don't have no papers on that chick. My ex got the papers on her. That's why every time he called, she come running. Because even when I say I'm not going, he called and here she go. Barefoot Betty running to him. Because he owns her. I don't. And I no longer want to be in a situation that my name is not on. So maybe I should ask God. Maybe I should seek his plan and his face. And then maybe I should knock on the door of my truth so I can close the door on these lies. All right, y'all. Hold on. I got the funeral home music playing behind me, y'all. I'm sorry. Okay. Listen, let's get into this. Verse 7. It says, ask. I love this, y'all. It gets right into it, y'all. Ask, seek, and knock. Ask, and it shall be given unto you. Let's stop right there. Minister D, you telling me if I ask God to enlarge my territory, if I ask God to really change my life? Listen, some of us don't know it's already been given to you. That's why the relationships and the friendships and the jobs and the situations got bad, because God is answering the question that you asked him. God, can you please bring me some peace? And you thought peace was going to be with some people, but it meant peace without some people. Because here's the thing, I've decided in my life that I want peace and not pieces. But some of us looked at what we were losing and settled for the pieces instead of the peace. So now your life is in pieces because you didn't want to lose people for your peace. The Bible says just here at the top of verse 7, ask and I got you. If you believe for it, I got you. If you trust him for it, I got you. The storm I just took you through was me answering your prayer, and you didn't even know it. Why? Because you didn't own your life. You didn't have enough ownership to know that the hell you was going through was God answering your prayer. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, y'all better catch this before it's over. Stop thinking that your troubles mean punishment. God is answering your prayer, your request. You put it on the table. You told God what you wanted. And immediately afterward, you went through hell. But listen, you cannot ask me for a house and you don't have the mindset to pay the house note. You cannot ask me for a Benz and you're going to drive it like it's a hoopty. I got to take you through some stuff to make sure you are certified for what you asked for. But the word says, ask and it shall be given unto you. I want to pause right here and say, be careful what you ask for. Because some of you are running from the very thing you asked God for. You running from it. You said to God that you want somebody to love you. And guess what he did? He put you around people who hated you so that he could teach you how to love yourself first. Because before you can meet the man or the woman that love you, you're going to have a requirement to love yourself. Because they don't need you loving them. They don't need you to making them your world and, oh, I'm so in love with you. Because people who love themselves know when you hate yourself. And the one thing that turns a person off who wants to love you for real is to see that you love you for fake. Oh, but you can handle the hate. You can handle people hating on you. You can handle people lying on you. And God said, what did you ask me? Thank you for the hat, fam. Thank y'all for the gifts. What did you ask me to do this for if you wasn't ready for it? How you going to ask me for peace and get mad because I end your marriage? How you going to ask me for breakthrough and deliverance and get mad because I took your friends? How you going to ask me to take your life to the next level and get mad because I killed your loved one? How? How you asking me for stuff you're not ready for? How you asking me for next level and you still hugging everything on the last level? Ask and it shall be given. Somebody can drop it in the chat. I'm not going through hell. I'm getting what I asked for. Oh my God, I felt that thing right there. Okay, the next one, the S. Now y'all see this is Bible, ASK, this is straight Bible. Seek and you will find. Let's stop right there. I thought God was punishing me and I found out he was building me. But see what happens, what teaches me this is to know the only way I know that God is building me is if I seek. When you play hide and go seek, you have the people who are hiding. If you're the one counting, you can't catch them if you don't seek them. Because guess what happens? There's no fun when you stand at the base and try to catch them when they get to the base. No. Oh my God, who is this? Kim? I'm playing a song called Refiner, and you just helped me understand why this music is in the background, because I was really about to change this music because it was giving me funeral home vibes, and you really just spoke volumes in what you said. No wonder this music is playing. Look at God, refining season. This is a refining season. Oh, Kim, you just blessed me. Oh God, everything works together, I'm telling y'all. Listen, y'all. If I don't seek the plan for my life, what is God telling you? Get up off of your butt. Get up off of your face. Get up off of this hurt. Get up off of this pity party. Get up off of this sad life and go seek what I promised you, because you asked for it. Oh my God. Wait, y'all. Ask and it shall be given. Meaning, I may not put it in your hand, but it's somewhere in your life. Oh my. What? I hate when I catch stuff online because y'all know I lose my mind. Listen, you asked me for love and I didn't put it in your marriage. I put it somewhere else. I put it in someone else. Listen, but to find it, you got to seek for it. You ask me for deliverance. See, it don't come the way you want it because God don't move in your time. God don't do what you think he's going to do. Because if he did what you thought he was going to do, when you asked him for peace, you wouldn't have had problems. You wouldn't have had chaos. But God said, listen, I answered your prayer. I just didn't put it where you wanted it. I didn't put it in the person you wanted it in. I didn't put it on the job you wanted it to be on. But if you would get up off your behind and seek me, you will find your answer. You will find what God has promised you. It wasn't in her. It wasn't in that sex one. I'm telling you, man, I thought the Lord was going to put my answer inside that one. She looked good. I'm trying to tell you, she looked good. Dog. I was trying to stay with him, girl, but The Lord didn't put my answer inside of him. So we now know something that I didn't know until just now, that ask and it will be given to you doesn't mean I'm giving it to you through the way you want it to be handed to you. You know, when you tell your children ask you for something and you come home with it and you set it somewhere and you say, I brought your food. And they're like, well, they looking at you crazy. Like, I thought you was going to bring it in here to me because I'm on my game. I'm still living my life, God. That's how my son do. He think because when he on the game, you're supposed to deliver everything to him. And we look and be like, boy, if you don't go in the kitchen and get that food, get off that game and go in that kitchen and get that food. Because he ain't on the game. I thought y'all was going to bring it to, boy, ain't nobody bringing you nothing. Some of us have asked God for stuff and thought he was bringing it to us. And God just revealed to us, including me, that I'm not bringing you nothing that you're not looking for. I told you, ask and I'll give it to you. But the only way you find it is if you seek for it. And then once you find it and you arrive to it, you must have the courage. Here's the K. You must have the courage to knock and the door will be open unto you. I want y'all to write this in the family group chat. Many have arrived, but very few have knocked. Some of you are at the door of your next life. You're at the door of your better life, fam. You are finally at the door where you can put bitterness behind you and become better. And you're so scared to knock on that door. You're looking back at all the people you have to leave outside. How many of y'all have had friends and it's time for you to go in the house and you look back at your friends and you think, I don't want to leave my friends outside. But it's time for me to go in this house. There you go, Kim. Many of us have arrived, but few of us have decided to knock. Tonight, I'm talking to the few people who say, I know I'm at the door of my breakthrough. But Bishop, how do you know when you're at the door of your breakthrough? Because it feels like a breakdown. That's how you know when you're at the door of your breakthrough, because it feels like a breakdown. It feels like you're losing everything inside of you. It feels like your world is crumbling. It feels like a breakdown. And here's the difference. Here's the deciding factor if it becomes a breakthrough or a breakdown. Because to walk into a house, you must do what? Walk through the door. But to break down, you must ignore the door and turn around and go back to the pain. I don't want to fool anybody to think that a breakthrough feels so good that you can identify it. No, you can't. A breakthrough feels exactly like a breakdown. You feel like screaming. You feel like throwing in the towel. Depending on how extreme it is, you may even feel like taking your life. You may feel like walking away from your children, walking away from your family, leaving everything that you know and love behind. You may feel like rolling up in the ball and die. You may feel like rolling up and closing all the blinds and the curtains in the house and not ever getting out the house and not ever doing anything. You may feel like nothing and nobody at all. The difference in a breakthrough and a breakdown is the choice you make when you get to that point. But tonight, somebody's going to walk through the door. And this time, you're not going to turn around. Some people are going to be outside mad. Some people are going to hate you for going in and going through. They'll never love you the same. They'll never re-enter back into your life. And you're going to have to be okay with that. Because I done broke down too many times to stay in people's lives when I should have been breaking through. Some people never know how many times you broke down for them. How many times you accepted the pieces over your peace. Some people never know how many times you emptied yourself out just to fill them up. But that's not happening in this season, because a few of you have decided that you're going to break through. So let's go back over this. Matthew chapter 7, verse 7. ASK, ask and it shall be given to you. Seek and you will find it. Knock and the door will be opened. All you have to do is knock. God ain't even asking you to turn the handle. For some of us, you don't even realize your next season, your next level of your life is as simple as you knocking. How do I knock on the door? I start loving on myself. Every time you compliment yourself, that's a knock at the door. Every time you pour into your life, that's a knock at the door. Every time you stop believing other people's lies and start believing the truth that God has promised you, that's a knock at the door. Every time that you take a deep breath and you don't throw in the towel, you say, you know what, I got this. I can get it. I can go through this. I'm better than that. Every time you look in the mirror and you say, I'm not where I want to be, but I'm sure as heck not where I used to be. I'm better now. That's a knock at the door. I'm going to bang the door down, because this time I want in. I want next. I want me. That's my facts. That's my truth. And I live in it. Ask and you shall receive. Seek and you shall find. And then knock and the door shall be open. Verse 8 says, for everyone who asks and receives, for everyone who asks will receive, for everyone who seeks they'll find, and for the ones who knock the door will be open. Which of you, if your son asks for bread, would you give him a stone? Or if he asks for fish, would you give him a snake? Verse 11. If you then, let me stop. Because I love what God is saying right here. That I'll never give you what you don't deserve. I always give you what you deserve if it's you who are at the door. So many times we never knocked, so we never got, we never received. But God is challenging people to understand that if you wouldn't give your children anything less than what they ask for, why would I give you less than what you deserve? Now, I love what verse 11 says. Now, if you, being that you're not fully in faith, you've been in the world, if you would give your children good gifts, how much more would your Father in heaven give to you? I get emotional when I think about that, because I don't question, I know. The other day I drove back to the house where the constable knocked on the door and said, y'all gotta go, y'all gotta get out. And I was 16 years old. From that house, I ended up on the streets. And every day I was homeless, I read my Bible. Every day I was homeless, I prayed. Every day I was homeless, I cried. Every single day I was homeless, I thought about dying. I thought about running in the road, getting hit. I thought about cutting, I thought about the worst of the worst. But I never forget one night in particular. I got a chance at 17 to get me a hotel room. And I had been sleeping outside for so long, outside of like going into truck stops to take my baths, and working my 2 jobs that I had at the time. I had money, but of course I was a child, and you couldn't get an apartment as a 17-year-old child in Texas. So I'll never forget, one night I got lucky, and the guy at the hotel, I told him, I said, look, man, I have an ID. I'm 17, true enough, but I have money, and I'll pay extra. I just need a bed. I don't want to sleep on side the road. I just need a bed. And I never forget, he said, he argued with me for a little while. Then he looked in my eyes, and I had tears. I was so desperate, y'all. I was so desperate for a bed. I was so desperate to not have to sleep on the road. The night before, I had just heard a bunch of gunshots and stuff go off. And truth be told, I was really just scared as all get outdoors, because I felt like something or somebody was going to kill me if I would have stayed outside that next night. And I thank God, because I see how people get abducted and all this other stuff. And here I am. I spent most of my days roaming the streets of Houston at 1 and 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. Sleepless nights. But that night I was so scared for my life that I almost all but begged this man, give me a bed. I said, sir, if I just have to pay for a few hours. He said, I cannot give you a full night. He said, but I tell you what I'll do. I can give you 7 hours. He said, and this is how much 7 hours will cost. I'll never forget, I got in that bed. And this was not the greatest hotel, y'all. It wasn't the best. But listen. When your situation is less than favorable, not so good is nothing compared to how I stay now when I travel. I like the best of the best when I travel. Listen, I go all out. I'm heading to New York tomorrow, and I'm going all out because I like the best of the best. Because I know I slept on those streets. But I'll come back to that. I got in that bed, y'all, and I knew I only had 7 hours. And he said, buddy, I got to have you out of here in 7 hours. I could really get in a lot of trouble. He said, and I can't have you stay a full night, because then I would have basically sold room to a minor. I need you out in 7 hours. And I said, sure, whatever. I didn't care. I'll be up and I'll be gone. But I didn't leave. That bed held me so tight, and I just laid in that bed. And do you know time never moves quicker than it does when you're in a situation you never want to end? Time never moved so fast in my life than it did knowing that at the end of this 7 hours, I was going back to the streets. At the end of the 7 hours, I was going back to the streets. I never forget, he woke me up and he banged on the door. Then he finally used his key and came in, and he woke me up and said, you gotta go. You gotta go now. Go. And never come back. That was his words. Never come back. You messed this up. And I thought to myself, if ever there was a chance that I could finally build a partnership that'll keep me off the streets, I just blew it. And I never forget walking down the street with my backpack, going to the nearest bus stop. Hold on, y'all. Okay. So, I would never forget walking down that street, going to the bus stop, and being so mad. So mad. Because I just really teased myself. That's how I felt. I'm like, God, why would you even let that happen? And now I just yearn for that bed. I mean, that bed was like the best thing that could have ever happened to me. And I was craving something. So by the time I got my first apartment, I'll never forget it. I went into the house. I had no furniture. I had nothing but a floor. But I laid on that floor. And I slept like I was sleeping in that bed. I had 2 pillows, and me and those 2 pillows and some cover. Me and those 2 pillows and that cover slept so good. Now I sleep in the California King now, and I love my bed. Sometimes I go sleep on the couch. But let me tell y'all why this blesses me. Because I asked God for something. I asked God to save my life. And I wanted him to save me for real. I didn't want him to save me for the moment. I wanted him to save me forever. And then I found when I was homeless, that was me seeking him. But the night I chose to not give up, that was me knocking on the door. And the reason why I laid in that bed was because that moment in that bed could have determined one or 2 things. Either I was gonna break through, or I was gonna break down. What am I telling you? That sometimes in the middle of your storm, God will put you in a situation that you so desire to be in so bad, and then he'll snatch it just to test your desire to either break through or break down. He knew that bed would define me. I've been sleeping I got used to the sidewalk, so I was okay with it. And had I not been scared, I'd have never went looking for a bed to sleep in. But I was scared. And that bed reminded me of how hurt, how unprotected, and how exposed I was to the world. That bed gave me, that hotel room gave me everything I had longed for, but had not had in quite some time. But see, I had to make a choice. That moment had the most potential to break me down. That moment had the greatest potential. But I chose to break through. I stayed homeless for a few more months, and then I finally stayed with a friend, and I finally got my house. But when I made the decision, I'm going to see this thing all the way through. Let me tell y'all, if it don't make sense, it must be God. Some of the stuff you're going through makes no sense in the world. Shouldn't even be going through it. But that's how you know God's hand is on it. That's how you know God's hand is on your life. Because what I'm going through, it don't belong to me. It belongs to the people God will send you to one day. So many of you are going to save lives, and it's beyond saving your life. You're going to touch people's hearts. You're going to shape their futures. And you don't even know that you're somebody's gift And right now, all you feel like is trash. You are something that someone will one day treasure. So don't let today fool you. Somebody can drop this in the chat now. I only feel like trash today because I know I'm somebody's treasure for tomorrow. Here's the good thing about treasure. Anytime you've ever watched the Disney Channel, treasure was never found in a glorious, glamorous place. Most treasures were buried, they were hidden. And here's the really crazy thing about treasures, and I'm just going based off Disney and cartoons. Most treasures were forgotten. Most treasures, somebody else found them. You know, when you watch shows, I've seen shows, and the children are going to look for the treasure that somebody else buried and hid. Treasure be here in the ground, there in a cave, there in a tunnel, there's the treasure's never in a beautiful, glamorous place. The treasure is always hidden, forgotten, and left. See, the people of your past left you. The people of your past life, they buried you. Oh, but the people of your future realize that X marks the spot. Ooh, I got chills. For some of y'all, your ex marked the spot. Because it's time for you to be treasured. Most treasure was left like trash. Just in the ground. But what makes the difference between treasure and trash? The decision. If I knock on the door of my future, I have discovered my treasure. But if I turn around to my past, I just turned it all into trash. Crystal, I'm telling you, you've lived through some trash. But I just hear the Lord saying that's because you were the treasure. See, a treasure would take a trashy situation and give it so much value. Kim, that's right. Don't look back. I'm not looking for trash anymore. I'm too busy looking for treasure. Hey, fam from Jackson. Tonight I'm talking to those people who say, look, I need answers. And tonight I pray that God is answering your questions with this word. I pray that he's speaking to your heart through this word, because he's definitely grabbing mine. So the word says, so in everything we do. That's right, Sydney. That's right. So in everything, do unto others what you would have them do to you. For this sums up the law of the prophets. I love y'all because I love myself. So I would have you only love me back because you love yourself. It's a gift. So, Cece, I want to share something with you. Normally, I would not respond to comments in a live session. But see, I want to share something with you because there's an understanding about treasure that you may have to grab. A person can never cheat on you when you're a good person. But they can surely cheat themselves out of having you. He didn't cheat on you. Time will show you how he cheated himself. And so this doesn't tell the truth about your abilities. It tells you a truth about his inabilities. And that's that. If y'all didn't make any amicable decisions and decide some things congruently and you discovered some stuff, you're not getting the bad of what you deserve. You're getting the good of what you deserve. Meaning, you probably didn't deserve that. But if you think that's the truth of what God is trying to tell you, that he cheated, you have not scratched the surface at all. Cheating is that one thing. It's like turning on a light switch. There's more that God wants you to see. There's an L here. That's right. Y'all preaching for me up in these comment sections. There's an L here. But it ain't a loss, love. It's a lesson. As long as you learn, you'll never lose. I pray your strength. I pray your courage. And I pray that God moves you forward. It'll get better. Trust the process. Much love to you. All right, y'all. I'm so excited. There's so much in Matthew that there's to learn. The last thing I want to give y'all is verse 13 and 14. Let me tell you why I want to give y'all these, because it really opens up the understanding about these doors that we're talking about. I was studying this, and I love the Lord always give me an understanding, and that's why I tell y'all the Hood Language Translation is a real thing for us. So many people have wrote and said, listen, I understand my Bible a little bit better because I try to read it from a Hood Language Translation perspective. Y'all, I absolutely love that. The HLT is just, it's not a version of the Bible for real, right? It is our way of getting an understanding of this word. It's our way of not being intimidated by the thy, the these, and the theists of the Bible, and we just see it for what it is. What's really going on up in here? I want you to stick around, fam. We have so much breaking through to do. And God is going to break through to you. It's going to work out. But y'all, listen, I'm serious. I love when we get up in this thing and we really read it from the HLT translation. Because y'all know where it's hood at. It's good at. That's why we family like that. I love y'all. We do keep it real though, huh, Crystal, right? That's what we do. That's what I love about this family. I thank God that in this space of TikTok, God has blessed us to really operate and move as a family. That's a gift. But let me read verse 13, y'all. Verse 13 says, enter through the narrow gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction. Y'all better catch this. And many enter through that gate, right? Verse 14. But small is the gate and narrow is the road that leads to life. Oh, God. Ooh. Only a few find it. Y'all, this scripture, we done for the night. Verse 14 throws me out the window. Let me read the Hood language translation. What you've been doing is easy to do. What you're getting ready to do, not so much. And only a few people walk away from what they used to do to take the steps and do what they need to do. Some people go back to the relationship. And you see what the word says in verse 13? It leads them to destruction. The easiest thing to get back into is the thing that's easy enough to destroy you. The hardest thing to do is sometimes the best thing to do. It's the right thing to do. I'm not following the plenty. I'm not listening to the people, ooh, baby, take your man back. Y'all figure it out. Ooh, girl, take your job back. This, blah, 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 blah. Baby, listen, y'all can have all of that. I'm doing what few will do. I'm going to find and live my life. Y'all see what it says? Destruction in life. Some of us never knocked on the door because nobody can go through the door with us. It's a lonely door. I ain't knocking on that door. I don't want to go through that door because I don't want to go by myself. You don't understand. Me and Tatisha, we've been friends forever. I don't want to walk through that door with that best friend. Why would I leave best friend? And so then you go into a space of destruction. But verse 14 just answered everything up for us tonight. For those of you who make a decision tonight that you want life, and you want life more abundantly, it's time to make the hard decision. You wanted answers. You had questions tonight. You ASK'd. You asked and God gave it to you. You seeked and you found it. And now tonight I'm talking to the people that's ready to knock. I'm only talking to the knockers tonight. I'm sorry, those of you who say, listen, I'm ready to knock on the door of my tomorrow. I'm ready to knock on the door of my peace. I'm ready to knock on the door of my promise. I'm ready to knock on the door of my business, my love life. And listen, I'm ready to knock on the door of everything good that God has promised me. But I want to forewarn you something about this knock. Before you knock on this door tonight, I need you to know that before it get better, it may get bumpier. Before you get what you want, you're going to have to get rid of some things you don't want to get rid of. Before it gets to a place of peace, you're going to have to pick up some pieces. But if you're ready to knock tonight, just know that you knock like this. And knocking means you're going to be swinging at some stuff that's swinging at you. But man, when you walk away from some stuff, listen, that's me knocking. When you let some stuff go, that's me knocking. When people talk and call you selfish, that's me knocking. When they say, oh my God, I hate you, I can't, that's cool, I'm okay with that. This is me knocking. I'm knocking on the door. When I stop arguing with people who don't deserve that kind of energy from me, that's me knocking. When I look in the mirror and I tell myself, you're not fat, you're not ugly, you just about to get better, you are something beautiful, keep going, that's me knocking. When I stop doubting myself and I start believing in myself, that is me knocking. When I throw away my shame and my guilt and I stop letting my past dictate my future, listen, I'm knocking on something greater tonight. I'm talking to the people that say, I'm ready to knock. I'm ready to knock some people out my way. I'm ready to knock some barriers down. I'm ready to knock down the walls of my past. I'm knocking things out of the way left and right. I'm ready to knock this time. Bishop, you don't understand. I got my hands ready. I'm knocking. I'm knocking. Be ready. Because when this door opens, you have to go through it. And you don't have all day to think about it. So it's not about if I'm ready to knock. Am I ready to live? Am I ready to love? Am I ready to break through? Listen, sometimes people do us wrong because they couldn't afford to do us right. Oh my God. Sometimes we're done wrong by people who could not afford to do us right. They couldn't afford to love us the way we deserve, so they had to do us wrong. They couldn't afford to be honest with us, so they lied to us. They couldn't afford to treat us like the kings or queens that we were, so they treated us like peasants. Because see, people cannot give you what you deserve if they can't afford it. You cannot ask a man who has no money, no life, no job to go buy you a Mercedes-Benz because the laws of understanding are simply put in place that he just can't afford it. So therefore, you cannot ask a man who lacks love for himself to love you unconditionally because he just cannot afford it. Even if he gave you all the love in the world, the lack of love that he or she carries for themselves would only rob you. Because guess what? Some people are only so in love with you with love that you gave them. You ever had somebody take your money and buy you food and you realize they just used my money to buy me a gift. They just used my money to buy me this. They just used it. Technically, you didn't buy me a gift. I bought myself a gift because that was my money. Believe it or not, that's how it works when you love people who don't love themselves. That's how it works when you love people and you don't love yourself. Essentially, the love you are giving them, you are basically saying to them, hey, let me borrow the love that you got for me so that I can give it right back to you. I need my own love. I need me. I love y'all tonight. I love y'all so much. I hope y'all were blessed by this because this blessed me. This whole lesson tonight. Yo, those 7 verses. I feel like we dug into them 7 verses tonight. I thank you so much for the gifts, fam. I feel like we dug deep into them 7 verses tonight. Y'all, did it not come through, Regina? It bless you? Okay, fam. Crystal. All right. We did, Nate, right? Didn't we dig into that, man? I feel like we really ate on this word tonight, y'all. I can't even lie. I feel full from this one. Like this one just, man, this one, Sunshine, this one did something for us. I don't, this one, oh man, this blessed me. So tonight, I just want the people on the live that say, listen, thank y'all for the gifts. I need those of you tonight. We're going to open up the opportunity for you to give gifts. We have our moderators on here who will drop the cash tag. Listen, I always at the end give time for you to sow seed into the ground because I have learned to stop robbing y'all of your chance to really sow a seed on something you receive. So tonight, I was praying earlier today and the Lord revealed that there will be 10 people tonight that's going to stretch and do a stretch seed. It's 10 of you tonight. Catch this and only grab this if this is for you. Do not send a dime if you're not stretching, if you are not believing, if you're not tapping into something that is for your next level. Please don't rob yourself because then all you would have did was just made a donation to me. And I don't want to do that. I don't need a donation. Every dime does go to help us for our initiative in LA and our initiative here in Houston. And so if you want to donate to that, that's fine. But for those of you who are stretching, I need you to put in the 4th section, stretch. There's 10 of you tonight who are specifically, and it's only 10 of you. It's 10 of you who are really at a point of breakdown versus breakthrough. And it's really hard for you to break through because all you have ever done in your life was break down. You've never seen anyone in your family break through. You've never seen anyone in your life, whether it's friendship or relationship, you've never seen anyone break through. As a matter of fact, you've seen more people in your life succumb to the breakdown than the breakthrough. There is a seed for you to place in the ground tonight because of the fact that you really need God to get you through this one. You're trusting God. And here's why the seed in the ground is so significant. Because it is your activation. It's not a donation, it's not a contribution, it's your activation, because your seed is connected. Your activation is connected to something that is really hindering you. And God said your seed or your activation represents your ability right now to stretch. I never forget when the Lord challenged me to stretch. He stretched me with my last, it's like 3 years ago, as a matter of fact. He stretched me with a $500 seed, y'all. This is mine. This ain't y'all's. Don't be trying to grab something ain't y'all's, all right? He stretched me with a $500 seed. I had a need that was $2,300, and the Lord stretched me with a $500 seed. And I was trying to hold on to my $500 because I was trying to get to the $2,300 mark, because I had to take care of some financial matters. Because I'll tell y'all, and I love to be real and transparent, I was needing a lawyer to fight to get custody of my daughter. I had a daughter who I had not seen in over 4 years. I'd not even heard from, because her mother had uprooted her and moved. I hired a private investigator, could not find, we found addresses, go to the address, could not find my child nowhere. And it was crushing my heart, because of the fact that I promised my baby that I would never, because my mama was never there for me, I would never not be there for my child. And for 4 years, I could not find her. For 4 years, I would drive from Houston to New Orleans just to see my child, just to lay eyes on my child. And I could not find my baby anywhere. I did stakeouts. I sit in front of the school hoping that I would possibly see her mom bringing her to school, or maybe see her getting off the school bus, and it never happened. And I would take off, and I would do this endlessly just to be in my baby's life, and it would never work out. So I made up a decision to go ahead and get the lawyer. I went to get the lawyer. The lawyer told me how much it would take just for him to get the case started. I had a little bit of information. I had a little bit of time. And I never forget the Lord stretched and pulled at me. And I said, God, I got to hold on to this. I cannot give this money up. I do not. First of all, I don't believe in just throwing money. I don't believe in buying no blessing. I'm not doing it. And the Lord said, what you're holding on to is going to hinder you. But once you let it go, it's going to open up a mega door for you. The reason why this was a seed was because it didn't have enough to meet my need. I didn't have enough to pay the lawyer. $500, he would not take it. He would not take a payment plan. He would not take anything other than the $2,300 that he required just to get started. Y'all, I sold the $500 and I left myself with $57, and I said, God, okay, it's on you. It's not on me. So for those of you, the 10 of you that are making the decision to drop your sow your stretch seed, y'all, the moderators have the Cash App up. Those of you who are making the decision to drop your stretch seed, your confession has to be that it's not on me, God, it's on you. But when I put that seed in the ground, that was on a Saturday night at a worship service. On a Wednesday morning, a business partner who I had done business with maybe 7 years prior called me. And he said, man, I finally got your number. He said, I got it through Facebook. He said, man, I got a check for you. And I said, what's up? I said, Reggie, you got a check for me? He said, yeah, man, I got a check for you. He said, I've been having this check for about, I said, all of at least 5 years, man. He said, forgive me, because I've been doing a lot of work. I couldn't find you. We fell apart. We had a huge falling out, to be honest, about business. And I blocked on everything. Talk about block your blessing, right? But I blocked on everything. And so life drifted apart. So he said about maybe 5 or 4 years ago, he got this check in the mail. And of course, he couldn't cash it because it was my name on it. And truth be told, when it all came out, he had tried to cash it several times, but he couldn't cash it because my name was on it. So he finally got in touch with me and he said, man, where can we meet? I said, well, I'm not in your city. I done moved back to Orange. I live 2 hours out of Houston. He said, well, can we meet in the middle? And I'll bring you this check. That was Wednesday. I met him that evening. He handed me the check. I opened it up, y'all. I didn't think or expect much of it. The check had $4,700. And I know y'all think it's just money, but for me, it wasn't just money. It was chance to possibly see my baby, tell her I'm sorry. God gave me back my $500. He opened up a door. I paid the lawyer, and I'll never forget it. The lawyer called me back. The investigator said, "Found her. You can go see her. We're gonna arrange some stuff." And I went to see my baby. I hugged her, I held her, I took a good look at her. And I think today, if I wouldn't have stretched, I wouldn't have just believed that, if I would have got stuck thinking I was giving some man some money, I would have broke down. But that night I broke through. So we never know. So y'all got me crying. Hold on. Y'all got me crying. Y'all gotta stop that. Stop that making me cry. Because I'm not a titty baby. I'm strong. I'm a strong man, but my daughter is my heart. That's my baby. Biologically, that's my only child. And I love her so much. So, for the 10 of you that's stretching, the Cash App is up if you're going to do it through gifts. For those of you tonight that just say, look, I got to put a seed on that word. Or those of you who say, listen, I just want to support the feeding of the homeless, and I want to make sure that you guys have what you need. Hey, or I want to make my donation ahead of the fundraiser, then just do that. Do that tonight. But I want to give those of you, while y'all are doing that, our moderators will keep putting up the Cash App for you. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Thank you so much, Nay. Thank y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all. For those of you tonight who have made that decision that you are ready to knock on the door, I want to give you about 20 seconds to worship on it. Listen, let me tell you why worship is important. Because your worship begins to open up that door. Your worship begins to allow that to manifest. So I want you to worship real quick. I want you to put a praise on it, because I want you to just tell God, thank you for this time. I'm ready. I'm ready this time. I'm committed this time. I'm grateful this time. I trust God this time. God, I'm ready to leave everybody behind. I'm ready to leave everything behind. I'm ready to come off as selfish because I have self-love. But I want you to make the decision tonight. Just worship where you are. Just worship where you are. Come on, we're not going to budge. Only for you. Take my life as a sacrifice. I want to burn for you. Only for you. Oh, clean my hands, purify my heart. I want to burn for you. Only for you. Oh, take my life. There you go. 10 as a sacrifice. I want to burn for you. Only for you. Oh, I want to be consumed. You're a refiner. I want to be consumed. Oh, fire, refiner. I wanna be tried by fire, purified. Take whatever you desire. Lord, is my life. I wanna be tried, purified. Oh God, you take it all. So, as you worship tonight, as you love tonight, I just thank God for y'all taking the time to be on this live tonight. Kim, all of you who are new, y'all are going to see Nate, Jennifer, Fee, Jewel, Monica, so many of them the OGs. Y'all listen, Jennifer, we have two Jennifers. Honey is one of them. Sydney, all of those family members are every person. Crystal, all you guys, listen, every person that's new and tonight's your first night, you have family on this live. Every person on here is so real. You get what I'm saying? Every person goes through something. But every person shows up to this live with the intention of keeping it real. And what I love about this space is that the truth is not always in what I say. Sometimes it's going to be in what you see in that comment section. You're going to see that people are very transparent. We keep it real. If we struggling, we call it out. We just put it on the table. And why is that important? Because sometimes the gift is knowing that you're not alone. That there are somebody that's standing with you and agreeing with you and believing for you that better days are ahead and they are coming your way. Listen, we keep it 100%, okay? So there is no judgment here. And the reason why we don't allow judgment is because we just studied it in Matthew. We can only judge lest we be judged. And we're not here to condemn your lifestyle choice. I don't care what your relationship structure is. I don't care what your sexual preference is. That's not my business. What is my business? What is our business is to make sure that you are loved. You're going to see Bowleg on here. Listen, I love Heather. All of you guys are family. And it's our responsibility to each other to make sure that we show love. Why do we require that? Because the easiest thing to do is show hate. And people don't require, I don't have to know you to hate you. I can just hate you because I hate myself. But I have to know you to love you? No. So do me a favor real quick before we end tonight, before we pray out. Let's tag some random people. This is a cool thing, exercise that we do here. Just hop inside your comment chat or whatever the case is, or the comment section, and just hit the @ sign, and whoever come up or whatever happens, just tag them and let them know you love them. Just let them know you love them. I don't have to know you to love you. I love you. I love you. I love you, man. I love you. I would tag all y'all if I could, but I don't know how to do the tag thing from this side of the aisle. Listen, I for some reason my moderator thing is not letting me adjust my moderators, but y'all are gonna see new moderators. Y'all gonna see Portia. You're gonna see Sydney. Heather's gonna go back to being the moderator. I don't know who moved her, but we gotta get her put back. I think Joel is already a moderator, but we have new moderators. Tamisha's gonna become a moderator. Joel don't have a moderator badge. Joel should have been a moderator. Joel, I don't know if it removes some of our moderations. Jennifer Royer is gonna become a moderator. Listen, I just love all of those amazing people. Jewel is a moderator regardless whether her badge is there. Now I don't know what happened to her badge, but Jewel is definitely a moderator for us because that's my sis. She's right. We on Facebook together. We on TikTok together. We everywhere together. Jewel, and tell your baby I said happy birthday. I've just enjoyed what I was seeing on social media, on Facebook. But to our new moderators, we're going to get y'all badges up. Anointed Hands will get your badge up for moderator. Listen, I love you guys so much because, listen, I'm looking at the love and y'all making me jealous because everybody dropping this love. Y'all better drop some love. Y'all better drop some love. It's good to be kind to each other. It's good to love one another. So let's pray out real quick, y'all. Father God, thank you for tonight's conversation. Thank you for the fun. I love you too, Nate, but you already know that. Thank you for this fun, loving conversation. Thank you for our time together. Thank you for the joy of this moment. Thank you for our ability to laugh and love and cut up with one another in this space. God, you have kept our minds, you've kept our hearts, and we are just so grateful. We're so thankful that you are God all by yourself. And above all, above everything, you need no help, God. Lord, allow us tonight to rest in the peace of the truth, God. The A, the S, and the K, God. We're asking, we're seeking, and we're knocking. Lord, let us enter into our new space with a fresh mind and a fresh release and a fresh understanding. Let heaven fall down on us tonight. Release your fresh manna, God. We just surrender to your will tonight, and we trust that you will have your way. We are your children, God. You've created us. You loved us. You shaped us, and you have molded us to be all that you have called us to be. Now we bind the plan and the hand of the enemy. He's already failed. He cannot have our mind. He cannot have our hearts. God, you are the way and the truth and the light, and we believe you. We follow you. We submit to you because you're so awesome and you're so powerful. God, tonight give us sweet rest. Let us rest knowing that you are God all by yourself, and above you there is no other. In your Son Jesus Christ's name we declare victory, and it is so. Amen, y'all. I love y'all so much tonight. Y'all, this word was crazy. I really wish I could go back over and get this word again because it was so good. I'm not lying. I need to get this one down so we can get it on YouTube because it's a good one. It's a really good one. Breakthrough University, everyone that has pre-registered, if you probably did not get the receipts. I didn't know how the receipts worked apparently. Your receipt will come with your login. So y'all look out for emails after September the 2nd. They're going to say Breakthrough University. You're going to go in and you're going to do your orientation assignments. Y'all got like a few assignments as soon as you log in that you can either do prior to September the 19th to orientation. Y'all, I cannot wait. Go to YouTube, it's Breakthrough TV. Tap the link in my description and it'll take you straight to YouTube. Not the link, but the logo, the YouTube logo in my description. It'll take you straight to the YouTube channel. I'm uploading all of the messages from last night and tonight. Some of them I didn't want to upload because I just want to give them time, and then I'll put them out there. But this message is definitely going to YouTube because it was good, y'all. Don't y'all think it should go to YouTube? I definitely think it should go to YouTube. So listen, if you want to be a part of Breakthrough University, inbox me, message me and let me know. Tuition is $100 for Breakthrough University. I could not give it away because it's for those who are so serious about getting to the next level. You're getting your shirt, you're getting your study material, your e-material. Listen, you're talking to business owners. Some of my friends, some of my entrepreneuring friends who are six figures to, oh my God, listen. I'm telling y'all, God has, listen, I'm not at a space in my life now where I'm walking with nothing in my pocket. Okay, let me just say that. God has truly been good to me. New York, I cannot wait to see y'all tomorrow for my NYC family. If you're in New York, hey, let's hang out. Let's do something together. I'm only there for tomorrow, then I fly back. So I will make it back to Houston in enough time to hit this live button, and we gonna hang out together, okay? But I'm going to handle some business in New York, and I just cannot wait. Okay, so if you're in the NYC and you know where the good spot's at, hit me up, son. Hit me up. I don't even know where part of New York. I don't even know, Kim. No, I'm playing. I'm going to Manhattan. I'll be in Manhattan, and then I'm going over to Queens, and then from Queens I'm heading back to LaGuardia, and then I'm on my way back here. Okay. Yeah, New York City, New York. I'm going to Manhattan, Fashion District or something. I don't know. I don't know nothing about it. Okay, I don't know nothing about it, son. I don't know nothing, son. I'm just telling you. No, I'm playing. And then next Sunday, y'all, next Saturday, we leave for Boston. I'll be in Boston, baby. If you're in Boston, hey, baby, let me tell you, you need to come holler at me because I'm going to be in Boston Sunday, okay? Hey, it's going to be crazy because I'm going to Boston, okay? And then the following, Sunday and Monday, I'm in Boston. And from Boston, baby, I'm flying over to L.A., okay? I'll be in L.A. I think I'm going to L.A. Monday and Tuesday. I'll be in L.A. Okay, that's what I'm trying to tell you, baby. It's nothing. Y'all know we didn't laugh tonight, so I had to do something crazy. I'm sorry. Pray for me. All right. Have I been to Arizona? No, but I do. Now, don't get mad at me. But I'm gonna tell you a very much sore truth. I do drink. I do love drinking Arizonas. I don't know if that's any consolation, but I do love to drink those Arizonas. I love them. I love them. Okay. You want to go, fam? Pack your bags. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, TT, don't tell me you want to go, fam. Listen, I'm already practicing. And then I'm going to be practicing my New Orleans accent. Yeah, baby. Okay, yeah, Shad. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm still struggling with that one. Because in New Orleans, they always ask a question and answer it at the same time. And I ain't got good at that one yet. But TT, if you want to go, you let me know. Inbox me right now. Let me know you're serious. Drop, let me know. Let me know you're serious and we'll make it happen. Okay, we'll make it happen, Captain. Okay, I love y'all so much. I love y'all so much. TT, I'm always, hey, anybody that's down the road, let me know. Have I been to Michigan? I've been to Michigan once, and I'm coming back to Michigan. I'll be back in Michigan. I think it's in November. I'm coming. I've been invited to Michigan, and then I'll be in September. I'll be in Memphis for a worship experience. I can't wait because Memphis people like Tennessee people. They can shout. Oh my God, they can shout. They can sing. What about Vegas? I'm actually planning a trip to Vegas. Because Vegas is just really cool to me. Let me tell you, my family, they were so saved growing up. They were like, don't you ever let me catch you in Vegas on those slot machines. I'm like, y'all better pipe down because I'm definitely going to Vegas. South Carolina, I just left South Carolina. I had a relative had a birthday out there, and that was dope. So Memphis. I'm definitely Memphis. I'm going back because I love Atlanta. That's somewhere I need to get to, but I don't know how soon I'm going to get there. But in Hawaii, let me tell you something about Hawaii. I've been praying, because that's a 6-hour flight, a 7-hour flight from Houston to Hawaii. But I've been praying about that. I think I do want to go one day for some peace, a peace of mind. If you understand what I'm saying, some peace in my soul. Oh, you from Tennessee? Okay, squalling is the thing. Whoa, let me tell y'all. I'm ready. I've been practicing my shouting everything for this event that's happening in Tennessee. Because I know they're going to want to shout. And I know we're going to turn up to the 10th degree. I know I'm going to bring me like 57 towels. Knoxville. I have been to Knoxville, Tennessee. You know what's so funny to me? Tennessee and Alabama are like twins. Because for some reason, everybody that live in Alabama have family in Tennessee. And everybody that live in Tennessee got family in Alabama. I don't know what the connection is, but them people in Alabama and Tennessee are like this. They click tight. Do I know William Murphy or Murray? Because I don't know William Murray. I don't know him. No. William Murray, I don't know. I know William Murphy. I do know William Murphy, though. Bring my tambourine. I'm definitely I'm ready for Tennessee. I'm coming to Tennessee with my shouting. I want my clothes extra loose. I'm telling y'all, I got this worship chant that's on William Murphy. Yes, I do. I got this worship chant that the Lord done put on my. I'm telling y'all, hey, in Tennessee, when them hands go like this and them feet, look, I'm already shouting. I ain't even made it there yet. Let me go, y'all. Memphis, Tennessee is where we're heading. We're gonna be in Memphis, so I cannot wait for that. I'll tell y'all more about it. I'm gonna start dropping some of the travel destinations. So if y'all are in these cities, y'all can meet me. Y'all can meet me. I almost, I'm so crazy. Let me go sleep. Because I'm crazy. I done got crazy. I done got cuckoo over here. I love y'all so much. Michigan. I went to Bishop, this is a few years ago. I went to Bishop Shears Church in Detroit. But I love y'all, man. I love y'all so much. November is when I'm supposed to be in Tennessee. No, September, I'm sorry, is when I'm supposed to be in Tennessee. Y'all, I have a hard time keeping up with my calendar, so don't ask me nothing about these days because I would be lying. You would love to come see one of my services. Listen, I'm planning something right now. I'm picking 5 cities, and we're gonna do. We're planning a breakthrough worship night. So we're picking 5 cities to go to. We're gonna bring the band. We're gonna set up, and we're gonna invite our TikTok family to come out and just worship with us. Bring your family, bring your friends, and worship. So we're in the planning phases of that. We're talking about it for next year, because this year, y'all, this year is booked and busy. This year, I can't. I ain't got nothing else to do. Okay, you're 20 minutes from Memphis, fam. You got to be there. Okay, you got to be there. All right, that would be amazing, right? So I think we need to look at what church do I preach at. I've never preached at a church in Knoxville. I just went visit some family there, so some friends there. Krista, for sure, fam. Show up so we can show out. That's all we need to do. And don't nobody show up trying to shout me, because I don't have time for that. Would love to see you in Baton Rouge. I cannot wait to come back to BR. My cousin had a church in Baton Rouge. He just moved. They planted a church in Baton Rouge years ago and just moved it to LA. But I had a chance to minister there, and I enjoyed it. And so I would love to come back to Baton Rouge, and we'll set that up, y'all. I can't wait. Y'all don't get me excited about traveling. Excuse me, they have me traveling to meet y'all, and then y'all don't be there. I ain't got time for that. I got bronchitis. I don't even know the church is. How you ask? All that's on my calendar. I'm gonna post it for you, TT, so you can know. Matter of fact, hit me up, let me know, and then we'll go from there. Tamisha, Mississippi. I love Mississippi. I just love golf. Gulfport. I was ministering at Hard Rock Church of God in Christ in Gulfport. Now I'm playing. I went down there for a family getaway, and y'all, Gulfport, Mississippi blew my mind. I didn't know something that beautiful was in Mississippi. I mean, because I didn't know Mississippi had a beach. I don't know why I didn't think, being on the coast, that Mississippi didn't have a beach. But anyway, the devil is a liar, and God be exalted, never be defeated. They have a beach there in Gulfport, and it's very nice. So, yeah. So tomorrow, y'all, we're gonna do some Q&As. I want y'all to think about some questions y'all have, and I'm gonna share whatever advice or whatever questions you may need answered, because I do a lot of teaching, but sometimes, so this gives us a chance to talk and get some understanding. Come down to Florida. Rika, I was just in Florida. I left Florida, and I left Florida with COVID. I went down to Miami and came from Miami, and I landed, and next thing you know, I had the vid. So I don't know, but I'm ready to come back to Florida, because I had a really good time in Miami. I had a really good meet and greet. It was fun. And so, yeah, I'm ready. You believe it? I'm trying to tell you. I'm not lying to you, fam. That vid jumped on my back and rolled me like that. My head was on me like a backpack. But that's okay. God be glorified. I love y'all so much. Let's hop on tomorrow night. Think of what questions you might have that you want to share, ask, and guess what? We'll answer them, okay? We'll go from there. I love y'all. Y'all get y'all some rest. I'll see y'all back here tomorrow, bright and early. Oh, yeah, that COVID ain't no joke. That COVID ain't no joke. But I tell you what, by the grace of God, we lived through it. All right, y'all. Talk to y'all tomorrow.